Okay, get ready to discover something amazing about yourself. Have you ever had the impression that most people don't understand you? Like the way you see the world, how you process information, and what truly matters to you just doesn't quite align with the majority. You might find connecting with others a bit of a challenge, not because there's anything wrong with you, far from it, but because your personality might be exceptionally rare. And here's a mind-blowing fact. Only a tiny, tiny sliver of the population possesses the specific traits we're about to uncover. In this eye-opening video, I'm going to walk you through 8 distinct signs that strongly suggest you might have one of those incredibly rare personality types, a way of being that most people struggle to fully grasp initially, but often come to deeply admire and respect once they truly understand you. If you've ever felt like an outsider looking in, this video could be the key to understanding why. So let's dive deep and explore these fascinating signs together. Sign number 1, your thoughts dive deeper than the Mariana Trench. You're not someone who just skims the surface of life's pond. Oh no, you're the kind of person who puts on a full scuba gear and explores the deepest trenches. You have this innate need to reflect, to thoroughly analyze, and to question absolutely everything that comes your way. Whether it's a casual conversation you had, a thought-provoking book you're reading, or even your own intricate emotions swirling within you, you don't just observe, you delve into the very core. While most people around you might seem perfectly content with simple, readily available answers, that's just not how your mind operates. You possess an insatiable curiosity, a profound craving for meaning that goes beyond the obvious. You don't just want to know what happened, you relentlessly seek to understand the why behind it all. This inherent depth in your thinking can sometimes feel isolating because, let's face it, not everyone is willing or able to engage with you on that intense level of intellectual and emotional exploration. Conversations can sometimes feel shallow, and you might find yourself holding back the multitude of questions and layers of analysis bubbling within you. However, this very depth is also an incredibly powerful strength, a unique lens through which you perceive the world. Deep thinkers like you are often the most insightful individuals, the ones who can see connections others miss, generate truly creative ideas, and ultimately make the most profound and lasting impact on the world around them. Your ability to go beyond the superficial allows you to understand complexities and nuances that others simply overlook, making your perspectives incredibly valuable, even if they're not always immediately understood.
And action.
Sign number 2, you cherish meaningful connections over a crowd of acquaintances. When it comes to the intricate tapestry of human relationships, your approach is decidedly quality over quantity. You don't feel the need to amass a huge following of casual friends or acquaintances. For you, the idea of having 100 superficial connections holds little appeal. Instead, you deeply value a select few, truly authentic relationships where you feel seen, understood, and genuinely connected. You'd much rather engage in one truly meaningful conversation that delves into the heart of a matter, exploring ideas and emotions with someone who truly gets you, than navigate 10 polite but ultimately shallow small talk sessions. You're not driven by a desire for widespread popularity or the need to impress every single person you meet. You are highly selective about who you choose to let into the inner circle of your life. And that's because you possess a deep understanding that your energy, both emotional and mental, is a precious and finite resource. You recognize the value of investing that energy wisely in relationships that truly nourish your soul and offer genuine reciprocity. This discerning approach might mean you have a smaller social circle, but the bonds you do forge are often incredibly strong, resilient, and deeply fulfilling. Sign number 3. Your intuition acts like a highly tuned antenna. You possess this almost uncanny ability to sense what other people are feeling, often before they even utter a single word. It's like you have a highly tuned antenna constantly picking up subtle emotional frequencies in the environment. You effortlessly notice the almost imperceptible shift in the tone behind someone's voice, the fleeting emotion that flickers in their eyes, the unspoken messages that hang heavy in the air of a room. You just know when something feels off in a situation or with a person, and more often than not, your gut instincts turn out to be remarkably accurate. This rare and profound ability to read between the lines, to perceive the unspoken undercurrents of human interaction, makes you incredibly empathetic. You can often feel the joys and sorrows of others as if they were your own. However, this heightened sensitivity can also be overwhelming at times. Constantly absorbing the emotional landscape around you can be draining, and you might find yourself needing to consciously create boundaries to protect your own emotional well-being from the intensity of what you perceive. Sign number 4, solitude isn't loneliness, it's your sanctuary. While the majority of the world often seems to constantly seek out noise, external stimulation, or the comforting presence of company, you find a profound sense of peace and rejuvenation in solitude. You genuinely enjoy the company of your own thoughts, the tranquility of your personal space, and the uninterrupted flow of your inner world. Being alone doesn't equate to feeling lonely for you. Instead, it provides you with invaluable time to recharge your mental and emotional batteries, to deeply reflect on your experiences, and to simply be present with yourself without the demands of external interaction. This comfort with your own company is relatively rare in a world that often seems to fear silence and actively encourages constant connection and external validation. Your ability to find contentment and even joy in your own solitude is a testament to your strong inner world and your capacity for self-sufficiency. Sign number 5. You march to the beat of your own drum unapologetically. You're not one to blindly follow the latest trends, adhere to popular opinions simply because they're popular, or get swept away by the crowd mentality. Instead, you possess a strong sense of intellectual independence. You prefer to think critically for yourself, to thoroughly question things before accepting them, to conduct your own research, and to ultimately form your own beliefs and values, even if those beliefs happen to go against the prevailing social norms or the opinions of the majority. You don't feel a burning need for external approval to feel confident in the path you've chosen. Your sense of self-worth isn't tied to the validation of others. This inherent independence of thought and action is both a rare and incredibly powerful trait. It allows you to forge your own unique path in life, unburdened by the pressure to conform and to stand firm in your convictions, even when they're unpopular. Sign number 6. Your emotional landscape is rich and deeply felt. You don't just experience emotions on a superficial level, you feel them with an intensity that can sometimes be overwhelming. When you're happy, it's a full-bodied, radiant joy. When you're hurt, the pain can feel profound. And when you love with your whole heart and soul. This wide and deep emotional range can indeed be challenging at times, making you more vulnerable to the highs and lows of life. However, it's also the very thing that makes your experiences so incredibly rich, meaningful, and vibrant. You're not numb to the subtleties of life, you engage with it fully, embracing the full spectrum of human emotion, even if that sometimes makes things more difficult. Your capacity for deep feeling allows you to connect with others on a profound level, and to experience the beauty and complexities of the world in a way that many others might miss. Sign number 7. You're driven by an inner sense of purpose. You're not simply content to exist, to go through the motions of daily life without a deeper sense of meaning. You possess a strong inner compass, an intrinsic drive that constantly pushes you to do something that truly matters. Whether that manifests as a passion for creative expression, a deep desire to help others, or a commitment to following a unique and unconventional path that resonates with your core values. You're not particularly interested in empty notions of success or shallow materialistic goals. What truly motivates you is the desire to make a real impact on the world, however you define that impact. This inherent sense of purpose, this feeling that you're here for a reason beyond mere existence, often sets you apart from many people who might seem to be simply navigating life without that strong internal guiding light. Sign number 8. You might often feel misunderstood, but you earn deep respect. Let's be honest here. Having a rare personality can sometimes feel like navigating a world that doesn't quite speak your language. You might have heard labels like too intense, too sensitive, or simply too different throughout your life. It can feel isolating when your way of thinking and feeling isn't readily understood or shared by the majority. However, those individuals who do truly get you, who take the time and effort to understand your unique perspective and depth, often hold a profound respect for you. They recognize your inner strength, your insightful wisdom, and the richness of your inner world. You might not fit in with everyone, and that's perfectly okay, perhaps even a good thing. You were never meant to be a carbon copy. Your unique way of being offers a valuable and often much needed perspective to the world. So, as you've listened to these 8 signs, do they resonate deeply within you? If so, it's a strong indication that you might possess one of the rarest personality types out there, and that's something to embrace with pride. You're not flawed or broken, you're simply wired differently, and that very difference is your unique superpower, the source of your insightful perspectives, your deep empathy, and your potential for profound impact. If this video has resonated with you and helped you understand yourself a little better, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more insights into the fascinating world of personality and human connection, and share it with someone in your life who might need to hear this message today. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these 8 signs do you see most strongly reflected in your own experiences? Together, let's create a community of people with unique connectivity.